All right, guys, welcome back once again. I think this is going to be video number 5 for you guys, kind of showing you guys some of my full workout. So today we're going through chest and abs. Nothing too exciting, but I am going to give you guys some pointers as far as technique, tips, and you can see how much volume that I'm doing. And then I think we're going to have one more workout left with arms. That's going to be kind of my basic training. And then after that, we're going to start getting into more technical stuff, like as far as like advanced technique between supersets, forced reps, rest pause. We're going to get into that in the coming weeks. So thank you guys for following along and supporting so far. We got plenty more content coming to you, but right now, let's get going on chest. All right, so second exercise on the menu today, we're gonna do an incline Smith press. This has always been a favorite of mine. If you look at my old videos, I've done this movement since I was a teenager. It's still a staple, it worked for me then, so I'm gonna continue doing it. I also like it because I feel like it's a safer exercise on the Smith machine, so I'm going to rub stability. Even though I have had issues with it before, I feel like it's still much safer than a barbell. And I actually feel it's safer than dumbbells versus having to kick the dumbbells back. So as you guys can see, this is how I perform this exercise, and I practice what I preach. I am taking it to failure, as you can see in every set as well. So 3 sets here, aim in, low end 8. I think I actually fell a little short on that on the last one, but high end 12 reps. Okay, so the third movement that I do here is a machine press. This is not my favorite, to be fair, but it's what I have at my disposal, so I have to work with what I got. I prefer the old school hammer machines. We don't have them, so it's the closest thing I got. So nothing really fancy about this. I do try to make sure I'm getting a full contraction. I am stopping about maybe an inch or two before my elbows get fully locked out, trying to keep the tension on my chest specifically, but I'm doing probably a 90 to 95% range of motion versus how I used to do things in the past, which is maybe like a 60 to 75%. And I actually think as I've gotten older, I have educated myself furthermore, and I like a little bit more range of motion than what I did previously in my bodybuilding career. Okay, so fourth exercise for chest. I'm doing a decline dumbbell. Now, this bench definitely deserves a liability waiver on it. As you can see, it's a little bit wobbly, so Make sure you don't fall off of it whenever you're getting the dumbbells into position, because I always did. Would have been a great gym fail, blooper video. And trust me, if I had it, I'd let you guys see it. It'd be great humor. But nothing too fancy about this, but I did go against what I wanted to do here. Again, at the end of the day, I'm the reason why it didn't happen. No excuses, but I wanted the dumbbells to come straight up, not converging. I did fail on that. I think I may have just went a little too heavy for at this point in my workout, being towards the end. So the goal was to try to keep my hands wider at the top, not converging, but didn't happen that way. So showing you guys the footage of what we did do here. And then I'm gonna move on to my last exercise I wanna talk about. I wanna do dips. Now, the decline of dips, I do this on both of them. You can't visually see it hardly in the videos. But think about the opposite of a shrug. You know, instead of shrugging up on the weight, as I'm pushing down, I try to actually push my shoulder blade down as well to try to maximize as much muscle recruitment as I can on this exercise. So again, I do that on decline movements and I do it on a dip, which is essentially a decline movement. And then I've always kind of coupled chest with abs. So now we're gonna move on and show you guys what I do for abs. Nothing fancy, but I'm gonna show you anyways. Okay, so going to abs, there's not a lot of variation on abs, at least not for bodybuilding anyways. You know, we're not training for boxing to strengthen your core or anything like that. You know, this is all cosmetic. So you have upper abs, lower abs, and you have to think about from anatomy and physiology standpoint of what your abs actually do, because a lot of people don't train abs, they're training hip flexors instead. So if you notice on my rope crunch, I'm purposely rounding out my spine on this. So use the weight appropriately, that way you're not just bending at the hip. So you want to make sure your abs are actually contracting and not just, again, making a 90-degree angle between your upper body and your lower body. And then I will finish with a hanging leg raise, which I suck at because I can only get like 6 to 8 of them with my body weight, which really is not much different than when I was competing. That's something I need to work on clearly. All right, guys, so that will wrap it up for chest today. We did 5 exercises, 3 sets each, so 15 total sets. I took probably 13 of the 15 to complete failure. I have even taken all those to failure. I just didn't feel like it in my head because I always feel like I didn't do enough. But aiming for that 8 to 10 rep range, a few sets went under, a few sets went over, but this is a pretty standard chest workout for me now, and also it was pretty standard back then too. Like I said, sometimes, as I was telling you guys at the beginning of this, I'll start with the compounds, finish with the isolations, but I do mix it up some from time to time. But this is the bread and butter of building a big chest. So like, share, comment, and also let me know what you guys want to see next. Over and out.